Welcome to the second week of the Best Bet. Yes, the first and only show dedicated to competitive sports gambling. I'm one of your hosts, Kiprios.
And my name is Jimmy the Bag. $20 separates first and second place in this season's Best Bet. There's $4,000 up for grabs, and it's anybody's money right now, Kip.
That is correct. Well, let us bring up the graphic of what happened in week 2. Right now, week 2, Donnie is on top. He won $60.61. That's our first person in black. I don't think it'll be our last. We've got Clint minus $2.50, a big MMA weekend for Clint. Dutch Boy Fresh with minus $4.98. Ragu minus $17.38. And owing a retribution is Daryl minus $82.27.
Very interesting week from our cappers, and so much parity amongst these excellent sports handicappers. I mean, Clint down 250, Dutch down 498. Very, very, very interesting. Daryl and Donnie separated by under $3. The average wager very high for Donnie, very low for Daryl, and then Dutch keeping a $50 average bet in both week 1 and week 2 finds himself on top of the leaderboard. Let's get that leaderboard up there. Dutch at $932.98, about $21 lead on Clint, and then Donnie, a nice jump up into third place from fourth place. Daryl slips into fourth place, and Ragu needs a big week, and I expect one from the big Ragu.
I do as well. He cut his unit size in half this week. He went a little bit smaller, and he didn't make money, but he certainly didn't lose as much as he did in week 1. We're going to be heading into week 3, but we've got the biggest winner of week 2 and our friend who had the poorest showing in week 2. Let's get right into it. We've got Donnie Rightside Seymour and Daryl Rice. And we are live with Week 2's champion, Donnie Rightside Seymour, and it's Daryl. Well, let's go to the person who did have the biggest week. That is Donnie Seymour, and he was on the right side of the Celtics and Bucks on Friday night. We had 4 of our cappers going in, and there was one person who was on the right side, and that was Donnie. Donnie, what did you like about the C's on Friday night?
It was pretty crazy. I mean, it's good that we can't actually see each other's wagers like behind the scenes. So, let me just play the contrarian angle here, when really I was looking at this game overall saying to myself, you know what? These guys have the propensity to win on the opposing team's court throughout this series. I thought, why not give it one more and root on a game 7? It worked out in my favor as I was on the Celtics. Looks like just about everybody else was lined up on the Bucks. So it did work out well for me there, kid.
It did work out. Daryl, you did cash with the Warriors -8. They completely took over the fourth quarter, but two bets really that you've been cashing on all year long. Grizzlies first quarter and Bucks first quarter went south for you on Friday. And I thought you were going to cash the Grizzlies first quarter for about 11 minutes and 47 seconds of that first quarter. To which spot of the Bucks first quarter, the Grizzlies first quarter hurt the most, and walk us through those looks?
Both of them. We know what Memphis has been doing all year first quarters. You could be betting Memphis first quarters alone and be making money, right? And the same thing can be said about Milwaukee Bucks. You've been making money, Milwaukee Bucks first quarter and first half. So these I felt were gimmies. Should have learned something from the Philly game, because they've also been pretty decent first quarter in the playoffs where they've won and covered every one of them. They lost. So that black cloud seemed to follow me the next day. So yeah, I'm a damn loser. It happened. I just got to work on it. So yeah, out of the two, I'd have to say, Jimmy, Memphis hurt me more. The Memphis one hurt me more because they've just been dominating first quarters, especially in the Golden State series. But the playoffs are very different than the regular season, and we're seeing that kind of happen now. So we get up, fight another day.
All right. We are 25% of the way through this competition. And one thing that stands out to me is bankroll management, how you guys both differed last week. Donnie, you bet $555 or 74% of your $751.72. Your biggest bet was Curry, $145 over 3.5 threes made, which you cashed. And your biggest long shot was just -110. So your vig hasn't been very big, but you're putting a lot of money out on the table. What are you thinking moving forward in terms of bankroll management?
Yeah, it's actually interesting here that you bring that up because the first week I went a little bit later, I believe $75 each and spread it across the board and actually went 1-4 last week. And I'm surprised I wasn't on that bottom rung. But in the second week, I said, you know what? If you trust your handicap and skills, you're probably not going to go at 1-4 spot in the second week. So I said, you know, let's double down basically on what we had last week and see what comes up at this point. It's almost like playing poker, right? You're down in the pot. You got to pick a shot here to say, I need to get myself back into this competition or up off the bottom. And that's what I chose to do. It wasn't so much that I was extremely confident in the plays overall. It was just that try to trust the knowledge and say, okay, had a bad week last week. Chances are I'll probably have a good week this week. And I did.
Daryl, you bet $130 this week, or only 15% of your $891. You were very conservative compared to Donnie. Moving forward, and you did catch some bad luck, but moving forward, what are you thinking about with your bankroll going into and now past the 25% mark of this season?
Yeah, so my thinking was completely different than Donnie's. So first week I took major risks. I did, came out, 2-3. And then this week I decided, let's be very conservative. Let's stick to the basics of bankroll management and just go, one unit plays across the board. So moving forward now, it looks like I'm going to have to divvy some things up. I'm more of a basketball guy. I love basketball. So I've got to pick my pops or pick my props right and see if they work for me. And I think I see some with these new series that are about to come about. So I'm going to divvy it up some. Some might be, really large plays, and then some may be conservative plays again.
Well, let's talk about the next couple days here in sports, because we have conference finals in NBA and we have second round action in NHL. Huge playoff implications going on. With Donnie's average bet of $93 and Durrell's average bet in this contest of $39, you two are separated by just $2.79. This contest is still so up for grabs. Donnie sitting in third place right now, just $120 out of first, which means Daryl's just $123 out of first. Darryl, let's go with you. We have Tuesday, Celtics Heat, Wednesday, Mavericks Warriors. Can you give a look to the fans of best bet? Is there a spot that you're looking to attack over the next 48 hours?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be looking at the Heat first game. I like that position. It's when you play one team for so long, 7 games, you kind of forget how that other team is going to play. And that's with first Milwaukee Bucks and now the Miami Heat. You've been just used to the Bucks. That whole game planning is about to change with the Heat. And I think it takes a game to adjust. Even though they've played in the regular season, I think you're going to see adjustments happen probably later on. So you'll see how team comes out. You kind of really forget the tenacity of that team. So I'm looking at the Heat first. I believe they're the better team. They're the deeper team. Obviously, they're first in the East. So I'm going to look at the Heat first game. With the Dallas,
Heat are minus 1.5 right now. Do you think that Kyle Lowry will return, Daryl?
Does it matter?
Matters to me, man. Matters to me.
Damn Heat team, and I've said this before, they haven't been healthy all year, and they went first in the East, right? Spoelstra's just playing, he's doing a masterpiece of artwork out there with the type of lineups he's putting together. So Lowry, I know that's your brother from the North. I just don't know if it matters at this point. It's probably better if you take him off the court. But, that may be blasphemous to say.
Ooh, that hurts. That got me right.
We could say that Giannis is arguably the best player in the East, and Boston just went 7 games with the best player in the East, but the best team still belongs to Miami. So I do like Miami.
Donnie, anything that you see in the NBA or in the NHL, the next series that you're already eyeing and circling to make a move on?
I think Dow's right here on this point here, because if you're trying to take a look at the Miami Heat, what's the most things sometimes that we look at in the playoffs? Who's rested and ready? The Miami Heat certainly rested and ready. You had a Celtics team throw the kitchen sink at the Milwaukee Bucks on Friday night just to get to a Game 7, travel back home, play a Game 7. Now you got to get ready for the next series here. And also, if you take a look at, I know it's not really a game-to-game basis, but the series price here, a little bit out of whack. We're taking a look at the Celtics there, like a minus 175 favorite over the number 1 seeded Miami Heat, who will have home court advantage. That one certainly opened my eyes, but I think Dow's correct here. Miami Heat probably the way to go game 1.
Ooh, we got both of
Yeah.
our cappers on the same side. I like the look of that. It is now Bettribution time. Bettribution time. Finishing the week in first place. And interestingly enough, so we're 2 weeks into the contest, and there's been a very conservative approach by some of our cappers. But Donnie is our first plus money week, and I know that's going to change. We know that's going to change. A little bit of a feeling out process of the contest. But Donnie up $60 and making a big move to the front. You get to decide what penalty you are giving to Daryl Rice. Donnie, what is it going to be?
Now, look, the first thing for a handicapper here, right, is as high as that mountain, Jimmy and Kip, can be, you can certainly be right down on the bottom at any time. So contrition is certainly king here. I can't act all high and mighty like I'm going to be here in the first spot each and every week deciding whatever punishment anybody gets at this point. So you have to show some mercy here. We are in the DRS household right here, very much up on, we have a dog, we have a cat, we love animals. So a simple donation to the ASPCA will make me happy, but more importantly, the wife happy as well. And I think it's an appropriate punishment here because I'm expecting at some point during this competition me to be on that bottom rung, and hopefully I get some mercy shown to me.
I like that. What do you think, Daryl? A donation to the ASPCA.
I love you, Donnie. I love you, man. Yeah.
Treat you like family. It's like family over there, right, Daryl? Family.
Good. This one's good. You know, I'm happy with this. This is something I can do. I know the Bettribution angle is really, really, really tough because you know it's you're gonna get something. It's gonna be some kind of punishment. So this here, in my opinion, is not a punishment. I will gladly take this from here.
The way that was just set up to me about I have a dog in the house, I've got a cat in the house. I thought it was going to be you are eating dog food or cat food or you're going in the litter box.
Yeah.
I think that was a very merciful play. So we will see if the reciprocity happens when Daryl finds himself on top of a weekly leaderboard. Well, fellas, that is it. That is an incredible week by both of you. And Daryl, it actually was not that bad. The Bettribution wasn't that bad. Donnie showed mercy. And honestly, the amount that you lost wasn't too bad. So we expect big things, a big bounce back week for you, the way that Ragu bounced back this week. And a pleasure having you guys on this season and in this competition. So thank you so very much on behalf of Best Bet.
Awesome. Love it, guys.
Thank you.
Daryl Rice and Donnie Rightside. What a couple of great guys. Class acts. And a donation to the ASPCA in the name of Daryl Rice. That was pretty nice. It was pretty friendly. It's pretty friendly so far in the beginning of the contest. What's going to happen when we get closer to who wins $4,000? Will they still be so nice to each other? We will see. They're just $120 each out of first place right now. Donnie sitting in third, Daryl sitting in fourth. This contest is heating up. Speaking of heating up, no surprise to our viewers, the bag cashed his first sure shot. Of course he did. Miami Heat -3. They won by 35 in that game? It was a sit back, relax, and cash a ticket. How did yours go, Kip? Did you cash as well?
Jimmy, it's funny you should ask. Quite frequently, you like to get out to a jump. You like to, rub my nose in it. But I don't know if you remember what happened last season when we were playing a very similar game, but I did myself heat up a little bit. NBA Jam heating up. That's correct. And I think I went 5 or 6 unanswered. And now I'm not going to lay in the doldrums and just wait. No, I'm coming back right now. And I'm going to actually Highlander you. I'm going to steal your pick from last week. I like the Heat at home. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think it's going to be a rock fight. I think the Celtics are, I don't think they're going to get off to an incredible start. So I am going to take the Miami Heat money line at -125 as the sure shot. What have you got?
I've got something for you guys. A Wednesday evening bet this. New York Rangers at the Carolina Hurricanes, first period under 1.5. You're going to get plus money on this bet. I don't know if you'll get plus money at puck drop because this is a must bet. Carolina is going to play conservative. If there's going to be a feeling out process, And this under 1.5 is going to cash. And I'll be 2-0 on short shots. Man, this contest is so much fun. We got Dutch in first place, making these bets at $50 a pop. We had Donnie with the best week so far in our contest, opening up the purse, making some big bets. We have him with an average line or average wager of $93, but his average bet in week 2 was over 100. I expect this to heat up. I expect bigger shots to be taken. We have the conference finals in NBA and Durl and Dutch. Now, Dutch has a $20 lead right now, but he knows he needs to have a multi-$100 lead because in a few weeks, there won't be NBA to bet on. This is exciting stuff, Kip. What are you looking forward to the most now?
Well, that's a great storyline because again, this contest, you must have dexterity. You're not able to bet from a position of comfort. You are forced into action every week. On the Friday, you're looking at games and lines that we're able to watch in real time. Everything is transparent. And when that well of NBA dries up, those two gentlemen are going to have to find themselves a new specialty. But Clint, his specialty is clearly MMA. Right now, I think he's made 10 bets, and I think 9 of the 10 have all been in MMA. We saw the biggest bet of this competition, and it cashed on Shukagian in the UFC for $350. And he had Verna in the strawweight women's fight as well. He had that. I had to check it out because it went to a decision, but he almost won a very massive long shot. He had himself a good week. It could have been even better had that have cashed because that was a unanimous decision. So God is in the detail, or maybe the devil lives there, but Clint was very close. Clint looks very comfortable in UFC, but I do like what is going to happen to these bettors when they get out of their comfort and safety zone, because I think Ragu, when he starts hitting those baseball lines, watch out.
I think Ragu's going to step up this week. You're right about Clint, though. That was a 22-1 spot there on the Span or Kudleba by split or majority decision, and the Jandaroba Hill split majority decision of plus 425. So he took some big shots, didn't cash it, but cashed with that $350 bet. It's heating up here. That's what's happening. It's heating up. We have episode 3, week 3 of action coming up. And don't forget to catch my man Kiprios and myself Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, when we have everybody's bets in and we get to discuss what we like, what we don't like, who we think will be on top of the mountain after 3 weeks of action.
We're going to see it. Well, that's it for gaming today and the best bet. I'm signing out of here. My name is Kiprios.
My name is Jimmy the Bag. Get that cash out there.
You can't get that cash. Steal it. Steal it. You heard it.